Hey everyone. I switched over to regular Facebook Live and gave up on the other app. It was just giving too many frustrations. However, I won't be able to share my screen. We'll have to work on working out those kinks for next week. So let me know that you're here and I'll wait a few more seconds. Can everyone hear me now? Okay, so I'm going to get started. So I'm Tamara, and I'm part of Sullivan County Trehab workforce team. Today we're going to talk about hard and soft skills. And first, going to be a little bit frustrating because I had really great screens to share, and with that other software not working like it was supposed to, I'm not going to be able to share screens. We'll have to work on those kinks for next week, so bear with me. Um, so who knows what the difference is between a hard skill and a soft skill? If you want to jot it in the comment box, I'll give you a second to catch up. So soft skills are many soft skills. I think that I read there's like 67 soft skills that employers have pinned, such as honesty, interpersonal skills, integrity, dedication, manners and etiquette, ethics, persistence, a pride in work, being a good listener, having good communication skills, critical thinking, and an adapting attitude. Having these, whereas hard skills are your technical abilities or your academic abilities. Basically, your soft skills are a cluster of personal qualities, habits, attitudes, and social graces that make someone a good employee. And overall, a good person. Soft skills will help you keep the job, whereas hard skills may help you get the job. They add value to a job, and they're equal. Employers view hard skills and soft skills as equal. It's not really hard skills versus soft skills, as we often hear. There's benefits to organizations such as increased credibility and increased job satisfaction and customer satisfaction. People that possess good soft skills are often more productive in their employment, and they bring a strong team and leadership attributes. Individual benefits from having good soft skills are recognition from industry, new employment opportunities, promotions and advanced opportunities, and it's a lifelong credential. I would have no problem putting, excellent soft skills on my resume. And if you don't possess soft skills, you'll often have a lack of satisfaction, little or no respect for society, a lack of appreciation and recognition from employers, and criticism in all levels. I want to ask the audience a few fact or myths. Do you think it's fact or myth that women are better at soft skills? Feel free to comment. I've had cat trouble too today, Julie. All of my animals want to know why I'm home. So it is definitely a myth that women are better at soft skills. Soft skills are not gender specific. Both men and women should possess ample soft skills for jobs. And another fact or myth, soft skills are just too hard to learn. So like if you are stuck in a rut and you know that you are always going to lack patience, do you think that you can never change yourself to be a patient person? No, they're not too hard to learn. It just takes lots of, practice and daily dedication to bettering yourself. And 85% of soft skills lead to job success, where 15% of hard skills lead to success. So if you don't possess these soft skills, you could be, have the best hard skills, but if nobody wants to work with you, or you're just grumpy and late and all of these things, then success will be hard to find. Researchers have found most important soft skills are communication, critical thinking, and an adapting attitude. When you're looking at all of these soft skills, you may be overwhelmed and think, oh my gosh, I need to improve my time management. I need to improve my patience, my anger management. Where do I start? It's best to start with what you think the job that you're going to be applying for is most needed. So if they definitely need somebody that is nice and punctual, then that is where you want to start improving yourself. You also want to focus on the skills that are least natural to you. Like you may be naturally very honest, so you don't need to apply as much emphasis on improving your honesty. So I want to focus now on our critical thinking, because that is a super important soft skill. Critical thinking means making a reassured judgment that is logical and well thought out. You simply don't accept all arguments, but have an attitude that questions and requires wanting to see evidence to support the idea or conclusion. It's not emotional thinking. So employers don't, necessarily want to see your emotional thought of things. They want to see how you can critically think things through. Core skills for critical thinking are curiosity, skepticism, and humility. And there are other things that go into becoming a critical thinker, like reasoning, evaluating, looking at plan A or plan B, problem solving, which can be used at home or work, analyzing, becoming a more factual person, becoming more efficient at work, and again, leaving the emotional side out of things, and asking questions, and again, avoid that emotional reasoning. That comes up in a lot of things where you want to bring your emotions into your reasoning, but you need to leave, emotions at the door sometimes when it comes to critical thinking. Sorry, I have to look at my notes a little bit, and I had them all typed on the screen so that I wouldn't have to look, and that's where the soft skill of adaptability comes in, because I just had to adapt and make the best of today. Back to communication, it's not just about words, it's about your body language and your words. So Albert Marabin's rule says that your communication is 7% verbal, 55% in how you look, and 38% in how you sound. Can you believe that? 7% is only verbal. So it's not what we say, but how we say it. From the visual aspect of things, it can be how you dress, even how you smell, and how just basically how your image is coming across, how you carry yourself, your posture, your hand motions, and so forth. And then your verbal communication looks at your tone. Do you know that we all have a business tone, sarcastic, and casual? And we don't want to intercross them. Like if you're at an interview, you don't want to be coming off across as sarcastic or even casual. You want to have your business tone out. And your message can be changed by your tone. In your pitch, you want to make sure that you're not, always being monotone, because it gets boring too fast when you're listening to somebody talk in a monotone. And your rate of speech, you don't want to talk too fast. I know that I always have struggled with talking too fast. In college, I always got nailed to slow down my speech every time I gave a speech. And I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little better. You can rate me in the comments. And you want to make sure that you're not pausing too much. You don't want to shatter your speech with your pauses. So even when it's coming to get ready for an interview, it's okay to practice what you're going to say for a certain thing so that it's flowing better and you're not pausing. And your body language. You can either have a closed posture, which is you're sitting hostile, unfriendly, you can see that you're anxious, or you can have an open posture where you're friendly, and you show willingness, you're maybe moving your hands a little bit, you don't want to be excessive in that, but you just want to let people know that they can be openly talk to you. And then you want to have an adapting attitude. This is another soft skill. Do you find yourself, ask yourself, do people like being in your company? Do people come to you for advice? And do people love to interact with you? Now, if you're quarantining, you probably don't want people coming to you for advice or being in your company. But after we get through this, you want to ask yourself, do you have that pleasant personality that people want to be around? And that is super important when you're working in a team environment, because you just want your coworkers or the team that you're on to want to work with you. You can work on creating a pleasant personality by being a good listener, showing interest in others, being helpful and kind, holding your temper, showing thanks and gratitude, and just being cheerful. Your attitude is the way you react. If you think you're right, if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. 85% of success depends on your attitude. Got to flip my page again. Hold on one second. So I have had a little brain teaser. I don't know if we can still, you won't be able to look at the visual. A rooster is on the roof of a barn facing east. The wind is blowing to the west at 10 miles per hour. The rooster lays an egg. Which direction does the egg roll? Answer really quick in the comments. Oh, I gotta scroll down. Okay, so the answer is there is no egg. A rooster does not lay an egg. So this is just one example of critical thinking and how we can be focusing on that critical thinking. So How do you get into a critical thinking mode? Ask a lot of questions. And don't be overconfident, but think for yourself. I just wanted to throw that in to keep you on your toes. So as we wrap up, it might be worth mentioning how an interviewer might attempt to assess your soft skills. Can you tell me, common questions might be, can you tell me about when you were working in a group? Or can you tell me about a time when you had to ask for help? It's no longer about what you know, it's about how you can learn and adapt. Both hard and soft skills are not going away. Don't focus on correcting every area in which you need, but focus on a few. And these are good tips to help you improve your soft skills. So does anyone have any questions about soft skills or hard skills? I see Kim and Ellie got it, that the roosters don't lay eggs. And this is just one example of like how we hear, like when I first read it, and I know chickens really well, I started thinking, which way is this egg rolling? But it stumps you up because they throw so many things at you about east and west and directions and so forth. And if I had the graphic and you're looking at the graphic with arrows and the egg already there, it makes it even more confusing, and why it's super important to, you know, take a step back and think before you answer. Okay, I'm going to jump off. Next week, we'll be back on Tuesday, but every day this week, one of my coworkers will be jumping on and doing a live video. You can see the schedule on each of our pages: Sullivan County Trehab Workforce, Wyoming County Trehab Workforce, Tioga, and Susquehanna. And we would love to see you more. Thanks, and have fun quarantining.